I was once working with a family. They were actually looking to become a homeowner, and they were actually a first generational home buyer. They didn't have a mom or a dad or a grandma, grandpa, aunts or uncles or anybody within their family who'd ever been a homeowner before. So when they came to me, I took them under my wing, and I really felt like they were my family. And they were looking to use the HUD 184. And so we essentially held their hand through this entire process. And I really tend to think of a lot of the Native folks that I tend to work with as my family, right? As I would expect that a lot of the folks that I work with to treat them as well. And going through this process, we educated these folks on how these mortgages work, what the finances were, what to look at in a home. It's a very daunting process for a lot of families. Now, the HUD 184 was absolutely vital because not only did it have a low down payment, but it had low closing costs, which is really conducive to help these folks get into these homes. And through this process, we found a home for them, I think around the $150,000 mark in an urban area, and we helped them to get into this home. For them, this is a starter home. They understood that this was the first step, which was a big step for them. And again, it's a very difficult process for a lot of people. And being first generation home buyers, they had to learn and kind of trudge through this whole process. We did close on the home, and within a few years, they were actually looking to sell it. But what they had done was they bought a home that needed a little bit of work, and they put the sweat equity into the house, and the home was actually worth more when they wanted to put it back onto the market. The home actually appreciated, and this is prior to the big upswing in 2020. So they actually, we ended up selling the house for over $220,000. So they had a nice little bit of equity. And just before that big upswing in the market, they were able to utilize a HUD 184 again to actually purchase a move-up home. And at that point, they bought another home at about $270,000 with a larger down payment. It's in a neighborhood they really liked, with a pool and a view. And so they were able to actually get into this home, which is now today worth almost $500,000. They started at $150,000, did a move-up home, rode the market up, and now their equity is through the roof. And this is how this family is building generational wealth. And it's something that they'll be able to hand off for generations.